Hello, hello, lovies. How are you guys doing? I hope you're well. Me, I'm fantastic. I think this is day 56, and I was still making these videos. And today I figured I should entertain you guys a little bit, give you a little bit of a interesting story from the top shelf. Nothing but the best for you guys. Nothing but the best. So if you are the popcorn type, maybe you might want to sit down, pull your chair up and just sit back and enjoy the story that I have for you guys. So I in November of 2023, I decided that I want to purchase a motorcycle. So why did I want to purchase a motorcycle? Well, it's usually like a sign of a midlife crisis when somebody is purchasing a motorcycle, right? But then what I decided during the time was that I was going to, like, in July, August, September of this year, I was going to go to grad school. So I wanted to focus on getting my applications out and just have a good time between then and the time comes for me to go to grad school. So I just wanted to have a bit of a good time. So that's when I sold my car and I sold a bunch of other things. I bought a motorcycle. So, firstly, my mother wasn't going to let me get a motorcycle without doing some motorcycle lessons. And just like the car, I hadn't really informed her like I was gonna purchase the motorcycle. But then I knew that if I just bought it and brought it home, she has no choice but just to accept it, right? So here's what your boy being a genius does. I also wanted to look out for my safety a little bit before I bought the motorcycle, and I decided to go for some motorcycle lessons. The problem with motorcycle lessons is that not a lot of driving schools do them, and not a lot of driving schools in Bulawayo, at least where I'm from, do them very well. So I decided that I was gonna go with I think it was Brotherhood. I don't know if it was Brotherhood or Blue Island, but one of those two, one of the big schools there. And I paid them in advance for, I think it was like $5 per lesson, and I paid them like $20. So yeah, it was gonna be, yeah. I paid in advance for like 4 lessons, and then I went to the first lesson. It was awesome. The guy was like super good. We get into the car, we drive to the place, and we start. And the lesson that day was just like him showing the different functions of like the motorcycle, the handlebars, the signals, and everything like that, and how to turn it on, and just being comfortable, like being on the motorcycle with the weight of it and just moving around with it, like pedaling on my feet with it, while I'm sitting on it, then pedaling on my feet with it while it's turned on. It's on gear one. I'm moving with it, but then I didn't really do anything with like throttle work or brakes and any of that stuff. So I was really excited because I was like, wow, motorcycles are dope. This is awesome. I want to do this for the rest of my life. And then we had to do the second lesson because remember I'd paid for 4 lessons. Yeah, so I went to do my second lesson, and initially we got there. We try to turn on the bike. The bike doesn't start. Try to turn on the bike. The bike doesn't start. And then my instructor, he looks at it and inspects the bike, and then he sees where the fault of the bike is, and then he says, no, we have to go to, or like we have to go back into town to go and talk to the mechanics to see how they can help us to fix this thing, because last time they fixed it, but they fixed it for like $10 and something like that. And then we check it out, we talk to the mechanics, and the mechanics, they say, yeah, no, we can fix this thing for you, but then we can fix it like tomorrow, and we just like need $10 and stuff. I'm like, oh wow, cool, wow. So I should come back tomorrow. They would have fixed the bike tomorrow, and everything is gonna be nice and dandy. But then I come back the day after that, and they tell me that, oh yeah, no, the bike hasn't been fixed yet. We're still working on it. I'm like, this is odd. And another thing that was kind of like suggested out there in a weird way was like, oh yeah, but then we could you could like always like make a plan to fix the bike, and then we continue with the lesson. Then now I feel weird. I'm like, wait, now I'm gonna pay to fix the bike so that I can have my lessons that I have already paid for. This is insane. Okay, so I'm getting a little bit pissed off there, and I come back the day after that, they still haven't fixed the bike. And the day after that, they still haven't fixed the bike. I think 3 days went by and they didn't fix the bike. So I was starting to realize, okay, they're probably not gonna fix the bike. There's probably not enough financial incentive for them to fix the bike, anyways. And I started looking on Facebook because I had been looking on Facebook Marketplace for motorcycles that I'd be interested in buying, and the motorcycle brand that had caught my eye is Lifestyle Motorcycles. But then they are so expensive because I was just in the market for anything that was going to hit me like $1,000. I was going to be cool with it. $1,000 going down, and brand new Lifestyle motorcycles, they can set you back up to like 2,000. 1,500. That's the average range. And at that time, I didn't have that much money, so I went on Facebook Marketplace, and I went around in town just looking for motorcycle mechanics, just talking to them, seeing, hey, where can I get one of these? Where can I get one of these? Where can I want one of these? And eventually, I was pointed to the right direction, and it was a dope motorcycle because it was being sold by this other company that does like agricultural products and all that stuff. But then they did have a host of these bikes, and they were not really using them all that much, so they figured that they should like sell them off. So it was the company that was essentially just selling the motorcycles, and they were like dirt cheap because for the value of what they were, and like for like how good they were, just dirt cheap. So I said to myself, okay, I'm gonna purchase this motorcycle, and but firstly I'm gonna try to get one more like lesson with those guys. And that day in town, I went to town at like 8 in the morning, and I'm like, hey, can I get my motorcycle lessons? Or no, we still haven't fixed the bike. And I'm like, dang it. Okay, can I get a refund, since it seems like you guys are not gonna fix my motorcycle? And they're like, no, like the lessons are not refundable. What you can do though is to sell them or transfer them to somebody else. So this is now me looking for a person who's interested in taking motorcycle lessons with a company whose motorcycle isn't working, and it seems like they're not interested in it. I wasn't interested in partaking in that kind of fraud, so I kind of let my money go down the drain there. And then I think when it was about 11, like 10, 11, I went to see the motorcycle at the garage. I went to the guys, and they were talking motorcycle shop to me, as if, and I had to pretend as if I understand it, because at that moment I didn't really know much about motorcycles. I just knew that they go vroom and they go fast. So like I said, I just knew that they go vroom, and I just knew that they go fast. Another thing that I had done prior to go in there is I went to purchase a helmet, because you remember, kids, safety first. So I went to purchase a helmet, and I went to purchase an L plate, because in Zimbabwe, even if you do not have a motorcycle license, but if you have a class 2, I don't know how it's going to work with the new laws, but if you've got a class 2 for a motorcycle, you can attach an L plate and then just drive, and then just ride your motorcycle. And I do have a class 2 driver's license. That's a story for another day, how I got my license. Oh, you're gonna love that one. So where was I? Okay, so I arrived there. I have my motorcycle helmet. We're talking shop. They're telling me, okay, yeah, CC this, the Honda, that engine, what, and I'm nodding along. I'm pretending as if I'm getting it, and they say, okay, no, we gotta wait for somebody who's who, like the guy who's actually selling it, who's representing the company. And I'm like, okay, cool. So the guy comes through. He comes through in his car, And if I'm not sure if you're familiar with Bulawayo, but then in Bulawayo, where we were at, we're around like 15th Avenue, and then where the company is located, it's on the other side of town, around Hamara, the like the other street on the other side of 5th Street. So there's quite a few blocks if you're watching this from America, or quite a few, whatever it is. It's quite a distance. And he said, okay, so we have to like go and sign these papers, sign some papers that are at the office, and then we're gonna make copies there. I'm gonna give you your own copy, and I'm gonna give you the registration book. Remember, I talked about the registration book last time, and then he says, okay, so what we could do, one, to save time, is you hop on the motorcycle, you follow me to the place, and then we just sign there, and then after that you take your motorcycle, you ride wherever you're riding. And I'm like, yeah, that's a good idea, but I want to go and meet somebody on that side of town as well. So I might as well just just ride with you and then meet them and then come back here and take the motorcycle and go home. Because I like deep down, I knew that I wouldn't be able to make it to that side with all the stop and go traffic and all that. Because remember, this is my second time on a motorcycle. So we go with him, and then we're sitting in his office. We sign the papers. I tell him my plans and all this stuff, and I sign the papers. I get back. So like when I get back to the garage, these are the most like nicest mechanics that I've ever met in my life. The most nicest and the most honest, because they didn't sell me a dud. They were quite honest with everything that was going on with the motorcycle. And yeah, so we sit there, and I try to I turn the motorcycle on, and I'm just like staring at it, and then the guy goes, okay, hamburg and fun. I'm like, which means like just you can go now. Let's just get out of here. I'm like, okay, cool. Don't rush me. I'm cool. So I put on my helmet, and yeah, I sit on the bike, and remember, the bike is already on, right? So I rev it, and then he's like, I just keep revving it because I'm like, okay, where is the thing going now? Where's the thing going? Okay, and then he's like, oh, you gotta put it in gear. Or okay, oh, I forget every time I ride a motorcycle that I gotta put it in gear. So then I put it in gear, and I know that it's in gear because like the little light turns off, and I put it in gear, and then this motorcycle had the lightest throttle trigger ever, and I was a trigger happy chappy. So I rev it, and then it goes woo, he just jumps. It was a strong motorcycle, like very very heavy. 125 cc's may not sound like much, but yeah, like for a first timer, it's too much. So I almost like hit the wall, right? But then I managed to come down and I brake. And then all those guys, the guys at the garage, like, hey, calm down, hey, yo. And then I hear them at the back, and I'm like, okay, it's too late. I can turn around now, because if I turn around, they're gonna like tell me to leave it here. So then, and I just paid $1,000 for this thing. I'm not leaving it here. I'm going with it home. So I navigate my way. I get into the road. I like to the traffic straight. Now I have to turn. But the thing that I'm worried about, I'm like, okay, let me just like get some fuel and calm myself down first. So I get into a garage just like right close there. I get it. I fill in some fuel. And now it's time for me to hit the road. Né? But when I'm hitting the road, I am so nervous. I am